ATLien.
What's up, squad? I don't know what my camera's doing. I'm looking blurry. Oh my god. What's up, squad? How y'all doing? Come on in the building. Hey, you guys. Happy Monday. Who's first in this room? Let me go see. What's it? Going all the way to the top. Princess AG. Was it you, Princess AG? Shout out to my mom, Princess AG in the building. Kathy Fletcher, I see you. Kitty Cat Queen. Hey, hold on. Who else is in here? Kendra, Tina Turner, Jim of Kendra. I see y'all. Two Girl Heels. I see y'all. Hey, powerful.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien.
Y'all, happy Monday. I hope y'all had a good weekend. I know I did. I got me a whole lot of rest. I know my Patreon people mad at me because they be wanting me to go live every day. And I be tired sometimes. I be so tired. But anyway, I digress. I've got to put my earrings on. We got a lot to talk about. First of all, I want to thank my Patreon people. I know a lot of y'all get annoyed when I say that, but I do not care. They hold me down. Then on top of that, I just noticed that my Patreon squad just reached 700 patrons. And I was just celebrating 500 it seemed like a few days ago when Alaka did that twerk video for me. So I'm really stoked about the Patreon and you know the community that we're building over there. And if you are not a member over there, you missing out. It is patreon.com. iamATLien. While I'm on the topic, I want to go ahead and thank some of my big ballers that's been holding me down. Hold on. Let me look at my big ballers. Hold on. I got a few new big ballers, a few old head big ballers. Hold on. I'm gonna shout them in order. Roger Street been holding me down as a big baller since October of 2019. So shout out to Roger Street. Thank you so much. Takesha been holding me down as a big baller since March. I appreciate you. Shelly Shell's been holding me down since April. Shout out to Shelly Shell. Adrian Guest has been holding me down as a big baller since May. Shout out to Adrian. I hope y'all in here. Stephanie Hickson been holding me down as a big baller since May. I love Stephanie Hickson. I appreciate her. Dr. T. Turner been holding me down as a big baller since June. Shout out to Dr. T. Turner. Carolyn Lumpkin been holding me down as a big baller since July. Shout out to Carolyn Lumpkin. And Brittany didn't have no last name on here, but shout out to Brittany, who's been holding me down as a big baller since July as well. Now, look, I'm gonna shout out my other group on the next live, my silvers who are just below the big ballers. Look, I literally appreciate y'all because look, sometimes my videos be getting demonetized, all of that, and then y'all come through with the damn Patreon every month, and I appreciate it. That is why. Oh, you got your red shirt today, Reese. Shout out to Reese. That is exactly why I keep the Patreon going. Shout out to my YouTube members as well. I haven't forgot about y'all. You know, YouTube created the memberships gave me access to the memberships, that is, after I had already created the Patreon. So Patreon get a little bit more love. You got to just forgive me for that. But I love y'all as well. And I love the people who just support just simply for coming and viewing. A like is free. And I appreciate those of you who like my videos because it pushes me up in the algorithm. So if you haven't liked it yet, go ahead and like it right now. Give me a few likes right now. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Also, I'm streaming today from several platforms. I like to play around and tinker with some stuff. So right now I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, And okay, I'm on both my YouTubes and I'm on Facebook. So if you're on one YouTube, you can come over to the other YouTube, or you can stay over there. It don't matter. We split up. We all over the place. Y'all can see me, and it's a good thing. We got a lot to talk about today. We got CeeLo Green. We got CeeLo Green on the list of topics. CeeLo Green has been, very outspoken about how he feels about WAP. WAP. You know what it means. Wet ass punani, that Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion song that is, hitting the airwaves, got everybody in an uproar. People feel some kind of way because, people feel like it's over sexualized and everything. Now, CeeLo recently did an interview and he criticized everybody. He just criticized everybody. And in the midst of criticizing everybody, he also got slammed. Hold on, let me find me a CeeLo picture real quick. Let me find me a CeeLo picture. I got to put CeeLo in here front and center. Hold on. Hey, CeeLo, how you doing? Share the screen. I am never ready. Never. Where is it? Hold on. There he is. Hey, CeeLo. So CeeLo recently did an interview with Far Out magazine where he says that he felt some kind of way because he says people are making too much music, is very much sexualized, and he says that it may come at a cost down the line. His direct quote is, a lot of music today is very unfortunate and disappointing on a personal and moral level. He says there was once a time when we were savvy enough to code certain things. We could express those it was meant for with the style of language we use. But now music is shameless. It is sheer savagery. Meg Thee Stallion did call herself a savage. He added, there should be a time and place for adult content. There should be a time and place for adult content. The older you get, you start to feel that way. Because, we all have been there when we was listening to Two Live Crew and everybody else, and Ice Cube and NWA and who else? Ghetto Boys and look, and I'm just saying, Outkast and Good and Mine may have been a little bit cleaner than some, but at the end of the day, they all had, people were criticizing them as well. But I digress. CeeLo went on to suggest that musicians often perpetuate stereotypes that those who have been established for a long time can be negative role models to younger artists. And when he mentioned that, he went on to mention names. He said, and I quote, "It's problematic. We suffer from it because there are those who have nothing to do with it, but it is assumed of everyone. You have the quote unquote heads of state like Nicki Minaj, or someone who is up there in accolades, success, visibility, a platform to influence. Nicki could be effective in so many other constructive ways, but it feels desperate." Ooh, he is calling Nicki Minaj desperate. Oh, what y'all think about that? Do y'all think Nicki Minaj is a desperate? Shout out to the newbies in the building. I see y'all. So he continued. Now he just brought Nicki up. He said Nicki was the catalyst. Now he blamed everybody else for following in Nicki's footsteps. So he said, after suggesting that Nicki's influence on hip hop was ultimately negative, CeeLo adds, attention is also a drug and competition is around. He indicated that he believed that Cardi and Megan Thee Stallion might pay for their sexually explicit music down the line. And he quotes Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, they are all more or less doing similar salacious gesturing to kind of get in position. I get it. The independent woman and being in control, the divine femininity and sexual expression, I get it. It comes at what cost? What cost? Now I'm a little bit iffy. You said he sounded desperate right now. I'm a little bit iffy because we've been talking about this for a few days. He needs to shut it up. Everybody mad. Nicki doesn't sing about sex. No lies found. Truth. See, it's some people who agree, some people who disagree. Look, I kind of agree with some of what he said, but it's like, y'all, you know how we do. We got to shoot the messenger. We got to shoot the messenger. So now, you know, everybody is pulling CeeLo's lyrics up, child. Somebody pulled up CeeLo's lyrics up and says, CeeLo, goodness gracious, women rapping about sex. Is this appropriate? Could this harm society? Let's be reasonable adults. Also, CeeLo, in the Wake Up, Wake Up, Wake Up song, he said, it's naughty, very naughty necrophilia. Without a care, I'm compassionate about killing her. I'd have my way with what's left of the will in her, cosmopolitans and cocaine, and an occasional pill in her. You see, that's my southern language. When she spoke, I saw a spark, but it was dark, so I drove her home when she died. Sexy suicide, sweet nothings for the numb. You feel where I'm coming from? Have no fear, everything's fine. My girls pet parties all the time. Did you hear what I said with this ring? ID wed, a body in my bed. She is cool when I met her, but I think I like her better dead. So yeah, they pulling receipts on CeeLo and telling CeeLo, yeah, CeeLo, weren't you accused of allegedly, having your way with a woman after giving her a drug, an unknown drug, and you had to step down from the voice? Isn't that what happened? But anyway, other people are saying, so now we got to beat up CeeLo. Damn. Then other people saying CeeLo Green has the audacity to speak on Nicki, but not hold male rappers at the same status. Oh, child, they is dragging CeeLo onto Twitter. They said CeeLo is a effing hypocrite and sexist as F. It's hella rappers that's been putting out gang banging, drug dealer, murder music while we're continuously dying via police, government, interpersonal beefs. Yet you point out women shaking their ass as distasteful and needing a time and a place. Go eat. They telling CeeLo to sit down and eat his food, child. Just shut up and eat your food, CeeLo. Shut up and eat your food. You saying have several seats. Now, Kaya said CeeLo is dropping a song on Friday. Ooh, y'all, it's dragging. Oh my God. Live and let live. Now, I'm kind of torn because, I'm guilty of bobbing my head to the city girls and to Cardi B, but I'm also one of these women who are, I'm into women's empowerment, and I also know the effects that it has on our young girls. And the one thing that I don't want to teach our girls coming up, that it's okay to sell your bodies for sex. And that's what it seems like. WAP is all about, a madam walking through the whole house. There's some hoes in this house, and everybody in each room is a different hoe, and you get a whole lot of different little sexual flavors in every room. And it's a bit risque. And like CeeLo said, there's a time and a place for everything, and certain things are marketed to adults and certain things are marketed to children. However, these are actually marketed to children. When we see Nicki Minaj in her rainbow outfits, looking like Rainbow Bright with her rainbow lollipops, with her butt hanging out, it's the same thing. Us adults aren't looking at this like, oh, this is fun, this is great. It's the kids who look at it like it's colorful. They're looking at it like it's a cartoon, and they don't realize what they're watching. So of course he's right. He's absolutely right. But rap has been filled with misogyny and everything for years. So I mean, I don't know how we can issue some type of compromise. But when I see, hold on, let me pull up this. Somebody sent me this little thing on Instagram. I don't even know if I can pull it up on my computer now that I think about it. Somebody sent me, I think it was Mouth Open Story Jump Out, sent me a little clip. Yep, sure did, of the Savoy Show. Let me see if I can pull up the Savoy Show. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up the Savoy Show. And what they found during a live of Cardi and Megan, one of the girls, and what she said. And I want to know what you think about what this young lady had to say about WAP. Hold on, here it is, right here. Hold on. Let me play this.
I feel like being like sexual and shit, like I don't see nothing wrong with that because, baby, I got 3 kids. And I mean, I got these kids from sucking and fucking. At the end of the day, me being a hoe, like these people say, like, honestly, I liberate a lot of hoes. You feel me? When I hear Cardi talk about popping some pussy, me and my bitches is with it. Like, that liberate us because it's like, fuck you, self-respect as hoes. Cause how y'all got self-respect? Like, I don't think y'all got self-respect like that. Cause first of all, you supposed to tax these niggas. That's self-respect. You feel me? Like, it make me feel liberated. Like, I love crossing boundaries. Cause guess what? Scared money don't make no money. If you're gonna be scared to get that money, you're gonna be scared to be yourself and say, this who I am, then you ain't gonna get that coin like that.
Facts. They said facts. Cardi said facts. She agreed with what she was saying. Cardi said facts. It was Cardi sitting there, and I mean, do y'all agree with what she said? They need to tax these niggas. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with paying when you get money for your punani. What is up with that? Do y'all think that is great? Y'all think this is what being a female is all about? My thing is, your body is priceless. Why are you putting a price on it? You talking about taxing them? What's the tax? $1 million? Like, what is you saying? Like, like, I don't understand. A new purse, is that worth degrading yourself? Some new shoes, is that worth degrading yourself? A little trip to Miami real quick, is that worth degrading yourself? A new hairstyle that he paid for, is that worth degrading yourself? Is it? I'm just saying, is it? Now, that was problematic. Well, that's one of the main people who was listening to the song, and they agreed with her. She gave her input. Like, these are the people who are listening to the song. These are what people are thinking. I'm just asking y'all. Y'all say it's okay. Y'all want to drag CeeLo for what he said, and yeah, it's kind of right. He's kind of right. I'm just saying, so many people. Look, we see so many people online saying the same thing. You know, I don't work jobs. I am a job. Pay me for my time. Blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, at what point? At what point is your punani, like, the price of pussy goes down every day? They say. So what? When you get to your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, you're gonna be broke because you can't sell it no more. I'm confused. Y'all need to tell me. They still young. They don't know no better. Well, that's why we're here to teach them, guys, butterfly. That's why we're here to teach them. And so, in speaking out about these things, maybe, just maybe, we'll save a child. 50 cent feeds one a day. Who knows? Maybe, our little putting our 2 cents in will feed, 1 or 2 a day. Who knows? You need a translator. I just know that, it is what it is. Look, y'all just getting here. If y'all just getting here, rewind. I don't know what to say. I believe that CeeLo was absolutely right. Even though he has been a part of the problem, it's almost like once you know better, you do better. Like I told you about me and blogging. Once you know better, you do better. I've been accused of doing certain things that people didn't like. And then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? That was kind of wrong. I shouldn't have did that. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. But at the same time, it's like when I was doing it, it was great. So, just to put a little bug in y'all ear, once y'all think about it, is this really helping or hurting the culture? Y'all let me know. Is it really helping or hurting the culture? You said Sukihana gets a pass because she's young and irresponsible and she perpetuates the stereotype. CeeLo doesn't care. He is attention seeking. You think the red glasses are back? Okay. Hey, D. Schuler. CeeLo is not right. You don't think he right, Zachary? How you don't think he right? What? You believe it's okay to sell people's bodies? You think that's okay to over-sexualize and be targeting young people? Do you think that's okay? I don't know how old you are, but I don't think that's okay. It's not your type of music. I ain't gonna lie. I like the beat. I ain't gonna lie, I like the music now. Look, I might be riding around with my Jeep with my top down, playing the damn the edited version, but yeah, it's not. You said no passes, it's hurting the culture. Hey, Alaka, If it's not for you, don't listen to it. The culture is already a man down. Okay, Tasha, I hear you. The new culture. Okay, DL, I see that play on words. CeeLo cheated on his wife. Right message, wrong messenger. Oh, I just realized that was my friend. Hey, T girl. You agree with him? Okay. Okay, well, look, let's move on. Let's move on to some other topics. What I had on the list today, I don't know. Y'all know I be all over the place. Shout out, look, speaking about for the culture, shout out to Porsha Williams, who went on her Instagram earlier today, with a little bit of excitement because she said that she was on the New York Times. She is very, very happy about being acknowledged on the New York Times. Hold on, let me put Porsha up here. Shout out to Porsha Williams. Porsha is in the New York Times in an article called, I think it's Passion for Porsha. What is it called? Hold on. Porsha in Protest. It's called Porsha in Protest. She also said the freaking NYT, New York Times, thank you so much for this incredible profile piece in the style section. This is more meaningful to me than anyone will ever know. I hope my grandfather is proud because I am walking in my purpose. I want a better world for my PJ. I'm thanking God for my journey and I'm grateful for your blessings every day. I'm a humble servant and trust the path pre-designed for me. Sending love to all and just know we shall overcome. And so she hashtag New York Times, hashtag for Jose, hashtag we matter. Now in the article, which you can find on the New York Times, I put the link in I will put the link in the description box. This is it. And it says Porsha in Protest. Hold on, let me close this up. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha Williams is a glamorous goofball. On the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha Williams is a glamorous goofball. In real life, she's become a crusader against police violence. So the article is really interesting. It tells you how Porsha at 39 is, was protesting for Breonna Taylor. We talked about that earlier. We talked about how, Porsha was arrested for, protesting, and they also tried to charge her with a felony. Fortunately for Porsha, they dropped the felony charges. She no longer has to face the felony charges. It's in a video earlier a few weeks back. I acknowledged that. Meanwhile, this is a very in-depth article. It goes into her history. She took a picture at East Lake Drive and Hosea Williams Drive. Look at Porsha chilling at the corner of East Lake. So it just gives you a little bit of history about Porsha and her grandfather. Some of the things that, really they never touched on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is odd. Don't you think that would have been some of the things they talked about in the Real Housewives of Atlanta? I don't know. They say, Bravo is a little bit racist. They say that, they got a little boycott Bravo petition out there. We talked about that the other day as well. They got a little boycott Bravo petition. So it's really good to see that Porsha family is getting, a little bit of news. So shout out to Porsha Williams. Y'all go check out the article on the New York Times, Porsha in Protest. Porsha in Protest is a very, very lengthy article, and it is worth the read. Let me see what y'all got to say in the chat, honey. Way to go, Porsha. Yes, you don't like the goofball part. Exactly, Kiana. I thought that was a little questionable. You said Porsha Luther King. Who called her Porsha Luther King? We on some Porsha X right now. Porsha X. Can't teach some people anything. Teach the babies. These women want to do what they want. Child, it's too much going on. You said she is a goofball. Okay. Porsha is stepping into her essence. Love it. Okay. Shout out to Porsha. Shout out to Porsha. Anyway, thank y'all so much. If you're just getting here, go ahead and like this video. I see we up to 1,000 on one channel. I can't see what's on the other channel, and I know we watching on Facebook as well. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe if you are not already. What's next on my agenda? Hold on. I'm still in my feelings about the damn WAP video, child. I'm still in my feelings. Hold on, let me return this text. I'm on live. Hold on. Okay, so what was next? I forget. Just that quick. We got Porsha. We got CeeLo. Who else was on there? Oh, Indiya Moore. Let me take Porsha down. Indiya Moore. Hey y'all, what's up, Juno? Shout out to Juno for joining us. Indiya Moore of Pose. Y'all watch Pose. It is a very good show. They have both. I think they have both seasons now available on Netflix. If y'all want to go binge it, it is. Ryan Murphy is one of the creators of it, and who else? I can't remember all those people. But anyway, go watch it. It is on Netflix right now. It is great. It's about, the coming of age and the LGBTQ community. It features an entire ensemble cast of transgender actresses. They've been in their feelings a lot because they feel like they don't get the accolades that they deserve because they're trans. Now, Indiya Moore recently hit up her Instagram. Was it Instagram or Twitter? I think it was Twitter. Hold on, let me see. This is Twitter. Okay, she was on her Twitter and she decided to say this. She put her 2 cents in. She said, all white people are racist. All cis people have trans bias. All men are sexist. All thin people are fat phobic. All able-bodied people are ableist. All light-skinned people are colorist and are navigating some degree of anti-blackness. So basically, you're just telling us that everybody got issues. Everybody got issues. I don't understand. Everybody got issues except for you. And you didn't look and see it. Thank you, powerful. Everybody got issues. What do y'all think about what she said? Do y'all agree or disagree? Do y'all disagree with what Indiya said about all people, all white people, all cis people, all men, what about all trans people feel some kind of way? How y'all gonna deflect on everybody, but you don't know what your own issues are? That's what I want to know. But I digress. She sounds dumb. Where's the lie? What? Child, please. It was that sarcasm. What? No, it wasn't sarcasm. That's what the gag is. So when people started calling her out about it, and she got in her feelings. Somebody said, well, that means you're fat phobic because you skinny. That means you're colorist because you light skin, and you're ableist because clearly you have fame and you are on a top rated TV show. And she didn't agree with that. She said, yes, sweet love, you are. But I believe in your transformation as much as my own will to action change every day in my thinking and interactions. And so it's like, girl, okay, you cannot sit there and call out everybody, but you don't want to say how you fit into the problem. I don't understand that. But you already know it's an issue. Now, this particular issue is why I even put her on the agenda today. This issue right here. Let me put her picture in the chat. Hold on. Let me find me a picture of Indiya. I misspelled her name, by the way. I don't think it should be an I in there. It should be just a Hold on. Here's a picture. Bam. There she is. Hey, girl. How you doing? She is so beautiful. Oh, no. Indiya Moore. Bam. Okay. So, Indiya Moore also feels some kind of way about straight women. And she calls straight women cis women. And you know how I feel about the term cis. I'm not your cis. I am a woman, period. Don't be adding no extra to it. We didn't add no extra to it. You did all of that yourself by deciding to become trans, but that's none of my business because I don't, whatever. So she wrote this. Somebody asked her a question and she responded and said, cis women empower cis men often, and cis women know this. But cis women who aren't ready to confront the way they do it themselves will respond like, not me though. But really, yes. Cis women do the work of enabling cis men to enact violence against trans people. It's happened to me more times than I can count. And cis women who have unlearned and become proper allies will admit to it as well. What? what? So basically, you saying that it is women's fault that men don't want to be with men who decided to transition to women. Can y'all explain that to me? Can y'all explain to me how that is women's fault that men feel some kind of way about men who have transitioned to women? Explain. Somebody explain. I am open to being taught, because clearly I don't know no better, and it's my fault that men go out of their way to abuse other women. I'm confused. So when I say that misogyny is deep rooted within the LGBTQ community, it really is, and it even falls on those who walk around in I don't want to say drag, because they're gonna drag me, but who walk around and present themselves as women. So if she's presenting herself as a woman, how is it our fault that men don't want to be with her because she was born male? Explain. Explain. I want to know. I know some of y'all go call in and tell me what's wrong. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out myself. I haven't a clue. Why? Who mad? Why am I mad? Or why she mad? I'm not mad. This is a touchy subject. You sure you want to go there? I mean, yes, I want to go there, because we're being blamed as women. We're being blamed for things that happen to trans people, and I want to know, how is that possible? So if me as a woman can help in any way, I want to know, because it's not our fault. It's not our fault. That is not our problem as women. A man that wants to be with a real woman is going to be with a real woman, not with a trans. Exactly. So how is that our problem? Some men abuse trans women who don't disclose that they were born men. Okay, but how is that a woman's fault? Y'all explain to me, how is that a woman's fault? That is a man's fault. And why don't the transgender community call men out? The men who love them, the men who treat them badly, and the men who abuse them, why don't they call the men out? Why are they constantly saying these things about women? I just want to know. Y'all so funny. The cookie lady was going, what? Yes, please explain. Again, it's way overdue. She didn't say nothing about women. Wait, what? She didn't say nothing about women. Wait a minute. Wait, let me go back. She didn't say anything about women. What did this say? Cis women empower cis men often, and cis women know this. But cis women who aren't ready to confront the way they do it themselves will respond like, not me though, but really yes. Cis women do the work of enabling cis men to enact violence against trans people. It's happened to me more times than I can count, and cis women who have unlearned and become proper allies will admit to it. So I'm like, what do you mean she didn't say that? She said it. I just read it. Blame us for everything. That's what I like. Women are easy to pick on. That's what I see. And I've been in the midst of it. So yes, I thought it would be a good conversation to have. Like, why is it our fault? Why is it up to us to teach the whole wide world, to teach the men, to teach the trans, to teach everybody? It's our fault. Anything that happens, it is women's fault. Why not blame the men? And I often say that even online as well. I've been a victim of bullying and harassment, from a person who claims to be trans, but that's a whole nother story. And in that instance, it's like other men have said the same thing to you, but you don't call them out, but you will feel confident, having been born a man, to confront a woman, violently. And there's a problem. There's a problem with that. But anyway, I digress. Let me see what else y'all saying. It's not, you're a lesbian, you have nothing to do with that. Okay, I just want to know. If there's any transgender people in the room, I would want to hear from you as well. It's not man nor woman's fault. There are men who only want a real woman. There are men who love trans women. Everyone is entitled to their own choices and preferences. Very immature of her. I totally agree, Mountain Kitty. That is very, very immature. This person is a narcissist, gaslighting. Perhaps. It's a lot. You need answers as well. It's a lot. She needs to blame herself. Well, either way it goes, child, ain't nobody studying them men over there. They get mad that straight men are straight. Clearly, they get mad that straight straight men want straight women. That's the problem. Straight women aren't going to encourage straight men to be with them, period. Period. I mean, if y'all have some answers, let me know. If you just getting here, I'm not gonna, dig too deep into it. But y'all already know how I feel. It's obvious that this particular person is rooted in misogyny. I don't know what her pronouns are. I'm choosing to call her because she does look like a woman. She's a very beautiful woman on Pose. And yes, y'all go watch Pose. Let me see what else. Oh yeah, y'all remember there was another Pose actress who tried to drag me for using that other one's dead name, even though he uses his own dead name and calls himself a he. But there's that. But we digress. But I digress. Moving on. If you're just getting here, go ahead and like this video, please and thank you. Please and thank you. You said, you know why? Oh, Chef Disaster. Do I need to hear from you now before I go into my next topic? Do I need to hear from y'all before Michelle invite to explain? Invite who to explain? Who wants to explain? Some things you just don't need to be doing the blame game on. Who is blaming who? Oh, you mean her blaming women? I agree with that. Indiya explained this wrong, but the topic is a very important one. Well, explain it to Feisty. You want to call in? Let me know. Let me know in the chat, and I will definitely give you the link to call in. The trolls are always in here. Let the trolls troll, honey. They be mad. They be really, really mad. Who cares? It's a lot. It's a whole lot. Somebody please explain. Mr. Woods, you want to call in? Okay, Mr. Woods, hold on. I had one more topic to cover, but I'll go ahead and pause for the cause because I know this is a hot topic and people want to say what they want to say. Mr. Woods, I just put the link in the chat. Mr. Woods, I'm not going to let nobody on except Mr. Woods. Call in, Mr. Woods. Some straight men love trans women, but it's not women's fault for how men treat them. I would disagree with that, Jayla, because I feel like I don't feel like straight men want men with penis. That's just, want a woman with a penis. Child. Whew, I can't breathe.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Mr. Woods. You looking good over there?
Thank you. I'm tired. I'm at work. I got like 59 minutes, but they can wait. But I just want to tell y'all, everybody in here, that I love everybody. So I'm going to preface it before I get into this conversation. So I'm going to take a different stance because I really disagree with a lot of things that you're saying. Mm-hmm. And this is why. I think that your situation with the other individual is a little bit different. And of course that will leave that's a bad experience for you. You know what I'm saying? That's a traumatic experience. So I understand how you feel when it comes to that situation. Now, what the young lady with Pose was saying is that she's not particularly talking about all women, heterosexual women. She's talking about these women that, just kind of have a take that these are transgender women are not real women. They don't get that title. They don't understand that. Now that doesn't have anything to do with men beating up on transgender women. So it's two different things because she made a blanket statement. You know what I'm saying? Like she made a very, very blanket statement by saying it was all women. But the problem is, it's not the women. It's these men that take this role of having toxic masculinity. And I'm sure everybody has heard of that before. And it's these men that are closeted. These men that are on the down low. It's these men that, sleep with transgender women and then they, abuse them and beat the hell out of them. And what I mean by that is that there's also the issue that some transgender women do lie about who they really are. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which is the underlying issue when it comes to a topic like this. You know what I'm saying? It's because these men get out here and they attack, and that's not right within itself. Now,
but how is that the woman's fault?
no, that's what I said. Remember, I said it's not you guys' fault at all. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, we don't disagree.
Huh?
We don't disagree.
No, what I'm saying is that as far as like she made a blanket statement. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm adding to like the stuff that she should be really talking about. She made a blanket statement, and so it's not like it should never be. And you know how I am when it comes to a divide. You know what I'm saying? It's always a divide, right? Mm-hmm. So she's being prejudiced within herself because they feel like in all that they don't have the equal right to stand next to you or stand next to a woman and say, I'm a woman. It's always like, well, girl, you were born a man, or girl, you got this, that, and the third. You feel what I'm saying? There are some women that truly feel like that they are women and they were supposed to be born a women. And then it gets watered down and it gets convoluted by other individuals. You know what I'm saying, Michelle? Like other individuals that, you know, try to be the face for them, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna give nobody no light of day on your platform because I respect you that much. So I just want you to read between the lines of what I'm saying. There are different people that are celebrated for being trans, but they're not a good example for that community. You understand what I'm saying? And so it brings a bad taste. This is why it's negativity when it comes to this topic. It has nothing to do with you guys. It has nothing to do with you guys. Now, she's saying that because she's probably speaking from her own personal experience. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff that she said, I like, what was the first statement that she said? Where she said white people are racist. Where is it at?
Oh, the first one. Hold on.
Yeah, the first one.
White people are racist.
All white people are racist. All cis people have trans biases. All men are sexist. You know what I'm saying? It's some truth to that. I mean, I'm going to tell you why. Because not everybody is that. All white people can be racist. If you say something like, well, I have black friends.
Can be. She said are. There's a difference. Yeah,
can be. So, and all men are sexist or can be sexist. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, based off of what I've experienced these past couple of days, I can't help but to feel in agreement with her. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like some people are biases towards certain things because it's not based off of anything of acceptance. It's based off of how you personally feel about it. You feel what I'm saying?
Even with that, you're still generalizing. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, I'm looking at something, you know, through my own lens because of my own personal experience. Right. The same with you. Like, you can't necessarily say because your experience is negative with, you know, certain men that all men are like that, because all men aren't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I agree, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really, this is a tough topic, Michelle. And if you can see, like, that's
no, it's a tough topic, but I was just going by her words. I'm not trying to add to it or take from it.
If you think about it, I mean, like, if you think about it, her statement was so real, like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, it was like, you generalize everybody. So then it puts everybody in an uproar. You feel what I'm saying? It's not specific to what she's going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I came on here and I said that all these men in here are homophobic, I would be expected to be dragged because that's not true. Or all these women in here are transphobic, I would be expected to be dragged because that's not true. So it's like when people put put their thoughts on social media, like just by typing it out, of course it's going to cause some type of controversy. You feel what I'm saying? And of course it's going to cause confusion or whatever. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you can't necessarily explain what she meant because you don't know.
I can. No, I can, because you got to think about it. Let me ask you this question. Anytime that the topic comes up about trans women versus heterosexual women,
I can speak from a heterosexual.
Yeah, I want you to speak. That's what I'm saying. You can speak from that.
Speak from either one, though.
Who, me?
Yeah, you can't speak from a trans point of view or a heterosexual point of view.
I mean, why can't I speak from a trans point of view?
Are you trans?
No, but I have friends that are trans that go through the same stuff that she's talking about.
You haven't walked that path, though. You have friends that are black women too, but you can't speak for one. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I get what you're saying. Like, you have your own opinion, but at the end of the day, unless you are in that struggle, like I can't speak for a gay man. I got lots of gay men friends, but I can't speak for them. I don't know what their struggles are. I don't know.
But the thing about it is, people do speak for us. People do speak for trans women. People do take. There's no, honestly, there's not anything positive that can come out of this conversation because she can't defend herself. So I can't say anything about it to try to express or make people understand that. Bottom line is because I love you to pieces and I love everybody. Bottom line is, she should have never put the blanket statement out there like that. She should have never generalized anything like that. However, if it's broken down deeper, there's some truth to what she's saying. You feel what I'm saying? Because there are some women, not all women, that do not like trans women. They call them all kinds of derogatory terms, just like there's some men that don't like Black women. There's some men that don't like gay men or whatever like that. So
and some trans women don't like women, and some Black gay men don't
right. So
so we can like that. Those are still generalizations,
right? But I still don't think that she should have. I don't. My point is, because I said a lot, and you got me together because I can't really speak on it. But my point is, and Miss T, let me tell you something, boo. I got all lanes, baby. That's the lane I pick. Okay, so I'm gonna pick my lane, and Michelle knows me, and everybody knows me. My lane is strong. So, baby girl, I stand up for you. So fall back on that negativity is what I'm about to say. My point is, girl, I lost my train of thought. Okay. But anyway, my point is that it's not you guys' fault when it comes to that. It's so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes in the community that is not brought to the forefront. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I gave you the example of, some transgender women do lie, and they have been lying about who they are. That's where the violence comes from. But at the same time, it's also that things to where when men are outed, you know what I'm saying? When men are outed because they're insecure about what they're doing behind the scenes, then it comes from the place of ego, and then that ego turns into anger, and then they lash out about that.
But then how are you putting the blame on?
No, right. That's what I'm saying. That's what she should have said. She's just saying that Michelle, look at me. It's a hard conversation. Because I can only speak for the gay community as much as I can. It's a hard conversation because she should have never put it, but those are the layers, and that's the underlying things that she's saying. Like, you can't say that all women don't stick up for transgender women when it comes to these men being violent. Nobody has nothing, you know what I'm saying? Nobody has nothing to say about that type of stuff. It's not your fault that a man goes out there and whooped a trans or killed a trans. It's not your fault. It's not a trans woman's fault that a man will beat you up or kill a straight woman. You feel what I'm saying? That is a topic that she has to be able to deep dive. I can say a lot, and I can tell you a lot because there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scene, and because we have social media and people are being outed and people are being pulled out or whatever the case may be, there's no more secrets, so everybody is being exposed for what it is. But people are trying to, it's almost like if you put something out there, you get everybody talking about you, but you're not telling the actual truth. You feel what I'm saying? Like about the prostitution and the escorting and all that type of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? It all comes full circle to even lead back to this conversation about how the women in the rap game. You feel what I'm saying? It all goes into it because guess what? As a whole, we created a culture to where it's okay to prostitute yourself or escort yourself or to get flued out or to do all these type of things. And then the negative side about it is these transgender women are losing their lives and stuff like that. But that has nothing to do with you as a Black woman. It's just so many different layers to this. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, it's confusing because there's so much stuff to talk about, but we're only talking about the surface stuff. I'm gonna get out of here because I don't want nobody attacking me today. I'm not in that space.
It's all good, Mr. Williams.
And I just wanted to come over here and say that it's more layers than what she's saying. You feel what I'm saying? There's a lot of different layers to what she's saying. And until there's a platform to where Black women, heterosexual women and transgender women come together and have a whole open conversation about it, then that's where it'll be able to be understood. I can't really do that, but I can only speak based off of what I've seen and what I've been through as far as like the transgender women that I've been around and the stuff that is not being talked about. Because some of these transgender women started from somewhere, and just like That's why I told you about the prostitution and escorting and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? And yeah,
Okay, let me tell you one more
one.
time because I got one more topic to get into, and I didn't
Okay,
mean
I
to go
mean,
on. No, I appreciate your tip. I appreciate it.
yeah, I try. I tried, and that's the only thing I can't do. Everybody, I'm sorry, but hey, either you like it, you love it, or you're just gonna be confused. It's confusion. Right.
Well,
thank you, Michelle.
All right, bye. Hold on. Like this live. Hold on, I'm gonna take one more. I hope this is a trans person who wants to add. Ari B, hi.
Why to be trans to add to it? You told me to come in. You told me in the chat. You told me in the chat to call in.
I apologize. I don't know. I just thought that you might be a trans person.
I apologize.
What side are you coming from? You coming from the Black woman side?
So I can only speak from a woman, born a woman. I'm Black all day. I'm woman all day. I can only come from that perspective. I can only explain from my experiences, my conversations, and what Indiya said was not necessarily incorrect. She just said it wrong. She used the wrong wording. And I've called in before and explained that, listen, there are people who do this for a living. They do the research. They write the papers. They go deep and dive into these subjects and they know what they're talking about. And then there are celebrities or just people who have a big platform that speak on things that they don't necessarily have the vernacular to explain. And unfortunately, she's the latter. She didn't explain that correctly. And that's something.
So what do you think she meant?
There's a divisiveness in the community, and I mean the Black community, period. And specifically among women, and among all of us, cisgender women, transgender women, however you want to label yourself, there is a divisiveness. Now, me personally, I can say I would like to see more unity among us, simply because we're both being killed. Like today, they're killing cisgender women, they're killing transgender women, and we are being murdered in the most brutal ways by men. Lots of time by Black men. We're being murdered by men who we protect. I know for me, what made me start to consider how, as a woman, how I play a part in homophobia and transphobia is what she was trying to explain is that some women will witness homophobia from the man in their lives and they won't check it.
And that's not our fault. Why should we check it?
It's not all women's fault, but there's a level of accountability. Any woman's
fault. That's that man. It's on that man. It's not up to us to police how men feel about transgender people or gay people, is it?
No, it's not. It's not necessarily our responsibility to do so, but in normal cases, if you see somebody doing something wrong, you usually will say something, and it's not okay. It's not necessarily your responsibility, but it would be nice if you actually did that. I feel like that's what she was trying to say. Is it your job to do so? No. Would it be nice if you did? Yeah. I can only speak for me personally. I don't do the homophobic stuff. Me personally, I don't even want to. I don't date men that are homophobic, because I feel like if you hate anybody, you'll hate women, and you can't date me if you hate women. I just feel like any form of hatred that exists in you, it spreads out to every other group at some point. And you can't be with me if you're homophobic or if you're transphobic, because I feel like the misogyny is coming right behind that. And then now we got beef. It just don't work for me. So I always check that when it comes to any men in my space. And like I said, me personally, I just don't allow that hatred in my space. That's my personal preference. I don't have to. It's not my job to. It doesn't affect necessarily my particular group, but that is just something that I have noticed. More than likely, if you are homophobic, if you are transphobic, misogyny is somewhere rooted within there. Because why do you hate gay people so much? And if it has anything to do with the femininity or feminine tendencies in the gay men, then what is the big problem about having any feminine ways? Because if you hate that in a man, then you hate women. That's just me. That's just my preference. I feel like that's what she was trying to explain. I feel like that's what she was saying, that we as women will witness homophobia and transphobia and we won't say anything. And again, myself personally, I would like to see more unity among us, because they're killing both of us. And if we stood together, I feel like we would have more of a defense.
Who is they? Who is they? Who is
Oh,
they?
I mean men. Like,
so
like
how is it our fault? Like, I'm still at a loss. Like and then look, before we go into any further into this black men are killing or men are killing and all of that, it's conflating the whole issues of the Black Lives Matter movie, because the Black Lives Matter movie was focused on police brutality against unarmed black men. So now how did that translate into people killing or people killing women? Because then it conflates the issues and nobody and it divides everybody and nobody is fighting for the real issue at hand.
But it's already divided, Michelle, because even from your own statement that you just made, you said unarmed black men. Unarmed black men are not the only ones being killed as a result of police brutality. Unarmed black women are being killed as well. But we leave women out of that narrative.
Okay, unarmed black.
I mean, yeah, but that's just what it comes down to. Like, at the end of the day, women are being left from narratives. Women are being, like, there's a lot of patriarchy and misogyny rooted within all of this. Okay. And it spreads out. And that's why I was saying that I wish we were more, like, say, specifically, you brought up Black Lives Matter movement. Specifically, we saw people march and flood the streets for George Floyd. On the other flip side, we see the situation with Breonna Taylor, and we are struggling to get justice for her. The whole world stopped for a black man. A black woman was killed in her home. And very few people even knew her story. That is rooted in misogyny and patriarchy.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
We make men.
How can we go from that to police killing these black people to people killing black people? That's almost like going from Black Lives Matter to All Lives Matter to me. And I don't think there's an argument in that.
Well, let me give you a real life example. There was a young activist, a young black woman, in Tallahassee, Florida, who was at the protest. She was leading some of these protests in Tallahassee for George Floyd, and she was killed within a few days by a black man. That is a real life example. She was killed for the very minute marching for and put her life at risk for.
Example, and people protested for that, and I do remember that. But it's not the same cause. It's not, to me, because I feel like the whole Black Lives Matter movement and the issue of police brutality and all of that stems from systemic racism that stems from slavery, which affects us as black people. It doesn't affect us on the basis of our sex, on the basis of our sexuality, of any of that. So when we start, separating and dividing these issues and making it minute causes, it takes away from the main issue.
I agree with you, but I think it's also important to point out that although there has been a target, specifically black women have been left from that protective barrier that we have tried to put in place to protect black people. Black women have been left out of the narrative. Black women are still being brutalized in many ways.
So where is the trans community when black women need to be acknowledged and like they said when Breonna got killed? Where was the trans community then? It's like they keep demanding us to take a stand. They keep demanding us to check our men. They keep demanding us to hold people accountable, and yet we don't have the same support. Where are they then?
And unfortunately, I really hate that a lot of people have had such negative experience with people within the transgender community, because I've had the complete opposite. I've seen transgender people go off for women, for black men. They are in the streets getting hosed down. They are in the streets getting shot with rubber bullets. They are in the streets marching alongside everybody. And I really hate that so many people have had such negative experiences, because it looks as if they're not supportive. And again, when it comes to those blanket statements, not all of them are like that.
Okay.
Like I said, I really hate it. I know why you feel like this, and it sucks. And you have your right to feel the way you feel, because you've had some terrible. Listen, I read the kidnapping story the other day. I was just talking to a friend of mine about it yesterday, and I was like, that is some foolishness, straight up foolishness, considering how it all started. I can't even believe it escalated to that point. You have every right to feel the way you have felt, because you have been attacked in ways that is just ridiculous.
And like you said, everybody speaks from their own, experiences, like Mr. Wood said as well. And my thing is, my safety is still in jeopardy.
And it's totally ridiculous that you've had to experience that. It is totally ridiculous that you've been targeted in that way.
And so the only issue that I have is all of these men were involved in this situation, and this person who claims to be transgender. And it is what I don't even want to go down that road.
No, and I understand, but like I said, I would like to see my point from the very beginning has been I would like to see more unity amongst us. And like I said, I can only speak from what I've seen. There are people in the streets right now.
And okay, let me just say this, and I'm gonna be done. There is. From my perspective, when it even came down to that, when I know, there was one person right, one person wrong, or whatever the case may be, they rallied behind, the transgender people rallied behind themselves simply just for the fact that they're transgender. Black women don't do that. And we don't see other transgender people standing in solidarity with Black women when another transgender offends them. Like, what is going on with that?
So let me say this, and I feel like this could go for everyone. There's a level of accountability. I see the chat is going in. I'm gonna leave it be in a second. There's a level of accountability. There's a level of accountability that everybody needs to have for themselves and their actions. And if you have a bias towards somebody for whatever reasons, then you need to check that. And I feel like that is the only way we can move forward.
Okay.
I feel like if we all are accountable for our own actions, then we can move forward and we can eliminate a lot of these stigmas that we have towards each other. Because at the end of the day, white supremacy don't care about us being trans, gay, male, female.
And that is where that is my point. Like, why should we focus on sexuality when at the end of the day it is Black people getting killed by the police, period.
And I agree with you. Like I said, we all really need to just stand together on this.
Racism doesn't have a sex or gender or sexual orientation attached to it, in my opinion.
Not at all. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep tuning in. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, Ari B. I appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye. Whew. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, Michelle, it's for all of us to help one another. Well, okay. Next topic. Okay, let me see. I don't see no more comments in here. Why aren't the comments coming through? I see them over here though. Okay, well, look, you guys. Look. I just had to stop for a minute, but now let me go into this next topic. Hold on, let me just go into this next topic. It's somebody else on the back end. I don't even know if I want to take. Y'all want me to take this other call or not? Because I know they're gonna be on the same topic. What do y'all think? Put one in the chat if you want me to take the next caller. Let me see what y'all saying. I'm right, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Why do I have to refresh? Let me refresh my computer real quick. I don't see no comments. I only see them over there. Hold on. Stop. Mute. Go in. Okay, I'm back. Okay, now I see y'all. One, take it. Okay, we're standing together and they separated themselves. I digress. Y'all so funny. Okay, you said no. Most of y'all saying yes. Okay, I'll take it. I don't know. It's draining and it's
is in the chat. Thank you to all the peasants in the chat. Thank you for your number one. Michelle, are you all right?
No, not okay.
Michelle, look. So this is so serious. So I was looking for you.
I'm not okay, Dre. Change your picture right now.
It's my parents, my mom and my dad. So Michelle, I was like going through YouTube. I'm like, well, what? Because I don't get like when you come on YouTube. So the first thing I seen was someone trying to kidnap Michelle. So I'm getting heated and pissed. Like, she didn't talk about this shit. Like, what the else is going on here? So I goes all the way from Alpharetta. Most of you peasants don't know about 400, right? And I get in my Range Rover and I speed to the closest Atlanta police station. I have to drive down 400. You peasants know about 85. Nat, I'm at 400. Exit 13. You peasants don't know about that, right? So I'm like, where's Michelle at? So they was like, Michelle who? And I'm like, Michelle ATLien Brown. Like, I see a kidnap thing, right? So then I'm like, oh my God. Oh, so I fall out, right? And then he like, okay, Transylvania Street, right? So I'm like, where's that street at, right? And I'm like, oh my God. So I go to whatever street, and I see Josh, right? And I'm like, Josh, where's Michelle? He was like, he haven't talked to you lately. So I'm like, wait a minute, Nene. She love her some Nene, right? So I go all the way to the Luke's, and I go to this. I can't get into Nene community because it's gated. So I'm like, the store. Michelle, I goes to see the store to see, are you okay? Like, to see, are you up there shopping? Because I know you like the shopping stuff, right? So I'm like, I can't, Nene is like a rainbow store, if you ask me. So I go to the window and I'm like, oh, it's closed. It's they can't afford rent. Everything 99% off. And I'm like, oh, Michelle didn't talk about that, but she loved talk about Kenya taxes. But why did she talk about that Nene can't afford her store?
Did you
And
not
I'm
see
like,
on my wait? Did you see on my channel? I did talk about it. I talked about it Saturday night.
You did not say the right facts. You said she closed the store. You didn't say that she can't afford a rent. You didn't say that she was broke.
How
Like
do you know what
Kenya
that
Moore.
lady can afford?
How do you know Kenya Moore can't pay her taxes? You did not say that.
Because
you
she
said,
had wait. Because she had a tax lien.
okay, you said Nene can afford. Nene cannot afford. Just speak facts. If you gonna say it, say something in the video. Tell the truth. Say the lady cannot afford a store, so she had to close it down. Instead, by you being her friend, you go make up stuff like, oh, because of COVID-19, that have nothing to do with COVID-19. If you can't afford to pay your store, she's supposed to be this rich bitch. Just say that instead of making stuff up. And that's why I was calling you today. If it was Ken, you would say negative stuff. But for Teen Nene, you ain't saying nothing negative. That's what I don't like about you. Now, and then Peter had a COVID and you out there without no mask on or anything. You should be, and then you want people to feel sorry for Peter. No, I'm not. And you out there with him. So if you get COVID, you know why, right? I'm not gonna call you and feel sorry for you. I'm not. I'm just letting you know I'm not. I don't feel bad for you in case you do get it. Because you did that to yourself. You was up here talking about that lady quad, this, that, but you doing the same thing. You should really think about the stuff that you do that you bring on problems to yourself. But getting back to the kidnapping and stuff, I was really kind of hurt about that because I'm like, oh no, they ain't gonna do that. Because if y'all mess with Michelle, y'all gonna have to mess with me, and y'all don't want to mess with me. Trust me, they don't want to mess with me. I ain't Josh. I get up in their ass. But you ain't even talk about that. I'm like, wait, let me watch this video. I had to watch the 60s and Punks video of like what happened. You ain't talk about that. But I seen you in the comments though. But I'm like, dang, they really tried to kidnap my girl. But then I'm like, wait a minute, did they really try to do it? Did they try to kidnap her? Because I remember, and then they said you tried to kidnap Timothy, and I'm like, oh, Michelle would not. Yeah, did you read that?
No, I didn't.
Yes, it was in the video. You commented, you did read it because it was in the video. You tried to kidnap Timothy. You and somebody else tried to kidnap Timothy, and I'm like, Michelle. I'm like, no. Michelle ain't trying to kidnap. What's wrong with you? Michelle ain't trying to kidnap nobody. I'm like, oh, this is. But then I don't know what's going on, Michelle. These streets in Atlanta is just crazy. That's why I stay out here on the north side, and I let the peasants on 85 with all that drama and stuff. I just let them stay over there. But Michelle, I don't want you out here trying to kidnap nobody though.
Well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate your call.
No problem. You stay safe out there. You stay out these streets. You wear a mask. I don't want to see you out no mask on.
Okay.
All right. God bless you. Stay safe. Thank you to the peasants in the chat though.
Goodbye. I don't know why I can't see my YouTube comments in StreamYard. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Hold on. You said rebuke it. I know, right? I can't even be mad at Drake because Drake followed me to the end of the earth. I can't even be mad at him because like how I'm gonna be mad. Okay, there they go. How I'm be mad at people who support me. Shout out to Stephanie for you. For Stephanie want me to block you, Drake. I don't even know what his screen name is to block him. He be calling from different names every single time. Stephanie gave me damn $50 to block you, Drake. You might be blocked next time, Shotty. You might be blocked next time. Let me move on to my next topic. I'm just so flustered about all this stuff that I forgot to play the Puppy Dog song. How I forget? How did I forget to play the Puppy Dog song? Is this the right? Let me go ahead and talk about Lauryn Hill real quick. So Lauryn Hill's daughter, Lauryn Hill's oldest daughter is in the news today because she is on Instagram telling all the tea, honey. She is telling all the tea. It is about 2 hours long, and I was gonna play the video, but I didn't even know where to start. Like, she talked about how, you know, her dad was what's his name? Rohan Marley. Is it Rohan? How you spell the man name? Hold on. Yeah, Rohan Marley, Bob Marley's son. And she talked about growing up as a child of famous parents. And in growing up as a child of famous parents, you know, she said that, you know, she saw attention from men at an early age. Her mom, you know, was inattentive and used to verbally abuse her and yell at her all the time. And she, you know, she was extremely traumatized in her childhood. She also said that, you know, over time, you know, as she grew up, because I think she's like 21 now, she said she realized that her dad was basically a deadbeat, but she can't blame him because his dad was a deadbeat, because Bob Marley had, I don't know, like 13 kids from 13 women or something to that effect. And she felt like that her dad, you know, did not know how to be a dad because his dad wasn't a dad to him. So basically, she just told all the business, because y'all know Lauryn Hill has had her struggles over the years, and you know they're saying that the music industry drove her crazy, and that she was running after who's the man in the Fugees that she was in love with. Y'all remember? Hold on, what y'all saying in this chat? I can't see the chat. Why? I do not like seeing the chat. Thank you, JB. I love you too. But you know, there was a lot that she was saying. I might play a little bit of it just so we could get the gist of it. Let me see what these cliff notes say. Hold on. Let me go in here, mute this, and then turn this cam off. I keep having to refresh for some reason. You said we knew that Lauren's household was crazy. Right. I wish my kids would. Okay. But yeah, she went straight online and just spilled all the tea. Hold on, I'm gonna put it up if it's still up, because I didn't download it or anything, but it's a lot. They was like Lauren would fight with her parents in addition to fighting with her baby daddy. Lauren would fight with her own parents. She said her little brother actually got it worse because Lauren would project her grievances with Rohan onto him. She said she saw Lauren crying a lot, you know, especially over her dad. And Selah, the young lady's name is Selah. Selah would cry as well. She said she was the kid in the house who was always, you know, still awake, and her mom and dad arguing because she was the oldest. She said that Lauren and her dad were both 21 when they had Zion, her brother, and she feels that they, you know, stopped growing, that it stunted their growth when it happened. Because she said when you have kids that young, you kind of stop growing. She said a whole lot. She said she used to be mad at her parents, but not anymore. She's just self-reflecting now. It's just very, very interesting. Hold on, I'm gonna put a little bit of it in here. Let me see if I can find. Oh, there she is right there. Hold on, I'm gonna share this screen. Instagram. Hold on. Do this. I'll put it somewhere in there.
I was saying the feminine principle and the masculine principle. And the thing is about America, honestly. Here's the thing about America. Let's think about society, right? In the current society in America, everyone hates their dad. Everyone hates their dad. Everyone hates men. Everyone hates cishet men. They get the worst rap. And one, not only is that having an impact on these young men growing up, but also two, it's like, I think subconsciously that's a reflection of the rejection of the masculine principle. It's a rejection of the masculine principle because it's a rejection. it's not that the emotions are wrong, it's how you deal with the emotions. It's not the emotions. You're allowed to be angry.
Oh, hold on, y'all.
That's the feminine principle of just emotion and nurture and feeling and this and pleasure and that. But then there's the masculine principle of logic and order and accountability and responsibility and discipline and things in my life is. So what I'm saying is, when you grow up without a dad, first of all, you know how many kids really, they take advantage of their mothers really badly. They really take advantage of them. They finesse their moms. They get their, moms pick and choose when they're going to be mad. Moms, they can never stay mad. There's no real punishment, like. And the problem is because my dad was only around here and there, I would really reject his punishments. Like we would fight for days. Like we would fight for hours, just hours. You know what I mean? Like just fight it because I'm like, nigga, who are you? The fuck you mean? You're telling me I can't do this, I can't do that. Fuck that. Like I'm gonna do what I want. And then we end up resolving at the end though. But yeah, and there's that too. There's actually that too. The anger that a lot of single mothers have, the anger, not even just single moms, but just moms, period. The anger that women have. Me and my friend were just talking about 2 days ago on how women don't know how to process their anger. They're not allowed to process their anger. And so and that's why you see so many videos of women fucking up their boyfriends. Like you see all those, because either that or it's like suppression, right? Suppression. And in this case, I am speaking from a binary perspective. For me personally, I have to speak from a binary perspective because it's binary for me right now. It's binary. It's my mom and my dad. You know what I mean? Like, and it's those archetypes and those stereotypes and how those have manifested, played out, and how they keep playing out and how I keep repeating them. What about natural? Well, all that's great. I'm not saying it can't be matriarchs and shit. Like my mother's born Hill at the end of the day. It doesn't get much matriarchal than that. Like honestly, but here I am, the daughter of Lauryn Hill, telling you that there's still an issue. Like there's still even she doesn't have it all figured out. Even she fucked up. So yes, and it's not about. It really shouldn't be Matra Patra anything. It should be that because that's how we got here. Dick, pussy, here we are. You know what I mean? So you need that. You need the paternal, bro. You just need it. And a lot of people just don't have it, man. And you have to accept. And you know what the thing is, though? When you don't have something, you don't know what it's like to have it. So when you don't have something, you don't realize that you're missing something. You know what I mean? Like when you don't have, it's really that. And I was just talking to someone in my DMs because he's like, I never realized that. I mean, yeah, that's a separate conversation for people who they maybe figured out a different way. And there's, you can still be homosexual, bisexual, and still understand these principles.
I don't want to play the whole thing, but y'all get the gist of it. Hold on, let me remove this. But y'all get the gist of it. She was pretty much dragging her parents for a whole 2 hours. Hold on, let me close this up. Some of the things that she was saying. She was saying that hold on. That she ran to, for male attention because she didn't have her dad in her life. She looked for father figures everywhere. She don't respect men because of her dad. She had a lot of unprotected sex as a teenager because of her dad. She lost her virginity very young because she was promiscuous, and she said that it was her mom and dad's fault because her mom was touring and her dad was being a deadbeat. She said she would steal money all the time from her mom, and said maybe that's why she getting her karma now. She said a whole lot of things. So I mean, if y'all want to watch it, go watch it. But it was just one of those things that I was like, oh, Lauryn Hill is being outed again. So 2020 is the year of revelation. People are speaking out, telling their truth, honey. People are speaking out and telling their truth. You said she definitely needs therapy. She do. And some people was like, poor little rich girl. Why y'all mad at her because she got money or because her mom had money? No, she might not have any money. That was her mom. So there's that. You said she's coming out the closet. Well, that's not my business. She might be. I don't know. She's like, somebody asked how old she was. She's like in her 20s. She might be like 21. Parents are to blame for everything. Well, it starts at home. You like my shirt? Where did I get it from? The I Digress shirts are available now on Teespring. Hold on, while I'm here, let me give myself a little shameless plug. The I Digress shirts are available now on Teespring. Head on over to Teespring and cop that. It is teespring.com/shop/I Digress. I think I just put the link in the chat for those of you who want to cop it. It comes in a women's V-neck. It comes in a crew neck. I also have, what else I got? Oh, I got the I Digress sticker if you want to put a little sticker on your computer. We got tank tops. We got hoodies. We got the V-neck. And we got, of course, we always have mugs. So head on over there if you want to support my channel with the I Digress mugs and t-shirts. Now, that being said, I know y'all want to talk. We've been on for a long time. I said I was going to do a 2-hour live today because I had not talked to y'all in a few days. So if y'all want to call in, come on, call in. We can talk about anything. I just, that situation with Lauryn Hill's daughter is tricky. It's tricky, but it was a topic of conversation on the blogs today. And, look, I didn't have time to watch the whole 2-hour live, and I'm not going to watch that whole 2-hour live. But if y'all want to watch it, definitely go do that. I would, I'm wondering if Lauryn is going to say anything, but probably not, because she don't say nothing when she don't show up at the concert. So you already know she is not going to say a word, honey. Lauryn is minding her own business. But I just put the link in the chat. If y'all would like to call in for a few minutes and chit chat, we can do Q&A, we can do whatever. We already got our main troll out the way, so hopefully he will not call back. No self-promotion, honey. No self-promotion. I think I just timed somebody out. Y'all, I'm live on both ATLien and Straight from VA. If y'all want to come through either or. I'm also live on Facebook. I'm live on my Facebook personal page for the first time ever in life. Look, shout out to the StreamYard Pro plan for giving me the opportunity to go live from about 6 different places. I couldn't figure out where else I wanted to go live from. But I digress. Hey, Reese.
Hey, Michelle. Okay, first of all, I got to plug my shirt. I just got it in the mail.
Yeah, come on.
Where is it?
Yes, ATLien.
Yes, I got my red.
Let me see the back. Let me see the front and the back.
The back. Wait, I gotta. There you go. There go the back. Ah, we lit.
Okay, let's see the front one more time. Yes, ATLien. Okay. Red shirt. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. I got my red shirt. So I gotta. As soon as I rep it, I'll send you a pic. I'm gonna use my 3 minutes and go through real quick. Don't want to stay too long. So first conversation. Like I said, thanks for Mr. Woods for always trying to be the soundboard of representation. I know we went through it in the chat a lot. and I got where he was coming from in the sense of what he was coming with. However, the conversation of sexuality, I think, honestly, and this is my opinion, not Michelle's, we gotta be careful how we put forth the conversation of sexuality. Sexuality is not something you wear on your sleeve. It is not the first thing that someone sees. It is not half the time the balance of a conversation. And so I'm not saying to remove it, but at this point in what's going on, we got to put it on pause. We have to put the sexuality conversation on pause. And I get the plight of the community, the LGBT community. I get it. We are not taking anything away from it. But if we don't address humanity and how we treat each other and approach each other with its respect and tolerance, then sexuality doesn't have a foreground to even stand on. We got to learn how to be respectful to each other and come back with humanity. You know what I'm saying? And I respect everybody's sexuality. I have friends of all denomination, but at the end of the day, when I go into those circles, I do not address my friends by their sexuality. I address them as the humanity and the respect that I give. I would like it to be received. Also, something was said about, changing the mindset of others. The change we want to see is the change that we depict. So if we depict love, and I love Mr. Woods because that's one thing he always comes with, the love aspect. If we learn how to love each other authentically as human beings, we don't have to worry about the other layers. They will fall in place, and we got to give space for that. Another thing that I stand for is that we don't have to teach people to like each other. We are of that mindset a lot of times, and I'm not one for it, because telling somebody to like something is taking away their right to have an authentic opinion. You understand what I'm saying? And we can't take away the right to authentic opinion, because then we are not free thinkers. Here's the thing. There is enough space for all of us to exist. And going back to the respect and love, if we learn to respect and love each other, we don't have to worry about everybody's opinion or trying to fit everybody into our world. We will respect the difference in opinion and appreciate that, you know what, there's enough space for us to exist and be human. The mere concept of humanity, we got to get back to that core. So I love everybody, but I'm not ever going to be one to say that we're going to sway the majority. We got to respect the differences, and we love each other because we're different. At the end of the day, if Michelle was anything like me, I wouldn't waste the time to be on her platform, because then I already know what aspect Michelle is coming from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right. That was
agree on everything. We're never going to agree on everything. That's like,
we're not.
And it's okay if I don't like you, you don't like me. It's absolutely
fine. Do you see how big this world is?
Problem. And I hate to always put it on the LGBT community, but I always feel like they try to beat people into submission. Either y'all gonna agree with us or you not. You know what I'm saying? And or you're wrong. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like it has to do with agree or disagree. At the end of the day, it's like, well, let me believe what I want to believe and go on about my business. You know what I'm saying?
But even if you went to the nitty-gritty of it, the LGBT, all the letters, right, of the community, it signifies their sexuality. You understand what I'm saying? Take away the letters. Take away all the letters. Take away all of that conversation. We are mere humans to each other. We bleed the same. So before we even get to the letters and the classifications of what we want people to put us as, let's deal with the humanity. If we don't get back to that core of love and just respect of others, we are not going to have a fight to fight for. And that, like I said, that's my viewpoint of that. This is not Michelle's opinion, and it's okay. I'm cool with, the trolls or the disagreements. I'm cool with that. Okay, so Dre, I love Dre. Dre gave me life. I celebrated Dre. Dre came through with the energy, and he kept that same energy from start to end, and he made my night. It was like a party in my head with Dre. Dre didn't know whether to be mad, sad, up, down. Dre was all over the place.
He loved me. I hate
you. Dre wanted to cuss you, look for you, find you, file a report, all in the same breath.
Windmilling for me. Nobody better not touch me.
That's Michelle. He was like, let me tell you, I live for Dre. Like Dre just made my life, my night. I am so happy that you let Dre in, even though I wasn't for it. I reneged. I am so happy that you let Dre come in, because like, if you didn't laugh from hearing Dre, then you're doing something wrong, because Dre turned us like it was a good segue because Dre couldn't contain himself, right? How you want to be a troll and a lover at the same time? I don't know, but I am here for it. The last topic of the young lady, the Marleys. Now, here's the thing. We got to give people the room to grow, right? And two things I don't ever dispute is when somebody said, she didn't have to do it on live, but this is their culture. This is their culture, and everything is live and everything is shared, and we have to respect that to some extent. Sad that it's out there. It will never be retrieved because you know how media is. Once it's out there, and somebody's going to copy and it's going to spread. But let's hope that she used this to identify where she's hurting. And that's what I saw when you played it and it's hurting. I said, you know what's messed up? It's a cycle of hurt, and she's identifying it. And I took so much from what she is saying because being West Indian, I know the Marley culture. I remember when Lauren came down and Lauren was in the hills and they sent people to look for Lauren. Like it got real deep with her mom, like layers of deep. And it was something that was constantly reported in the Caribbean culture because, she's a high profile person. So we can't, as a community, we were protecting her because we can't have something happen to her being that she's a high profile. But at the same time, we knew that she was derailing a lot. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of what her daughter said wasn't new to me. It was something that was continuously covered in our community. But the one thing that I took away that this young lady is hurt, and I give her credit for identifying some of those areas that are hurt. And this is where we as a community got to step up and say, you know what? This may not have been the best way to do it, but where do we go from here? How do we help you? You know what I'm saying? How do we intervene that this cycle doesn't continue? Because here's the thing. I'm not even sure that she's aware that there's a cycle going on. I'm not even sure that she's aware that she mentioned this cycle. All I know is that this young lady was venting. My heart goes out to her. And the funny thing, I was having a conversation with a dear friend of mine now about the fact that we are all like going through hurt, and we all had to learn how to process it and finagle it in a way that it made us better. And so with that being said, any opportunity given, especially young people, to rally around them, let's not lose the opportunity of rallying around them. Oh, I digress. Let's go to CeeLo. CeeLo was a mess. Hold on. I'm sorry, squad.
You hopped over to CeeLo quick, fast, and a hurry.
Wait, I digress. CeeLo, I commend him for trying to create a platform. However, let's rewind. Now, I remember being a teen and watching music videos because they were popping back in the day when, I was a teen. And I remember significantly sitting down all the time and watching Girls on Cars. And the guys used to be in layers of clothes. Like, dude had on a wife beater. He had on a jersey. He had on a shorts under the shorts. He had on sneakers with socks. And girls were on top of cars with bikinis on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how dare CeeLo condemn something that has been perpetuated for years, now that there's a spin and a dollar sign to it, and profit is coming out of it? Because I used to be, engaged with the music videos. And one of the things that was fascinating to me was the fact that the ladies reported that they weren't paid much for doing those videos. They had their high profile video girls and their low profile video girls. I also remember Tyrese making a video talking about the girls who would get onto yachts and be paid for the night. And I remember his wife checking him and having him apologize, because what they didn't mention, most of the girls that were on those yachts were in college and getting degrees in medical and law fields and all that, but this was their means to better. So before, like I said, before we break down the movement, let's figure out the angles where we can improve. I'm not for or against Cardi B. It's not my stream of music. I like old school words. That's just me. But I would never come for them either. I didn't, Beyonce sang about surfboard. I didn't know what a surfboard was until one of my kids broke it down like, "Miss, you missing the message." And I was like, oh, my bad.
But to CeeLo's point, though, that's what he said, though. We've that in the music industry, they've always had a way of saying things without saying it. And so,
but here's the thing. Them peeling back the layers and being direct is just a generational thing. You understand what I'm saying? The same way we got lives, the same way everybody, it's like there's no secret anymore. And forgive me, I have a upcoming fourth grader. I've been having these conversations since first, second grade because there's no filter. So I can't pretend with CeeLo that these conversations of color and sexuality and all that didn't come up 2 years ago. She was 7. She was 7, 8. So for her to listen to the music, she already know what time it is. So I can't sit here and pretend like it's not out here. Glock Topics brought up a good point in the chat. Like, it comes down to parenting. And at the end of the day, we got to hold ourselves responsible to ours. You understand what I'm saying? And not only ours, going back to that community fostering. Like if you see something within a youth that is not for them or gainful to them, then address it on that terms. But we got to take things by individual circumstances. Funny enough, Cardi B went to the school within my building and she came through. And all the kids were like, and they were like blown away. Like, Cardi B came to the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? How can you tell them not to support her? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we gotta direct the conversation instead of taking this hard and fast of, oh, it's not good enough. Funny enough, another thing that I saw online today was what's her name? She's an actress. She did How to Get Away with Murder. The lead in that, she did a cameo with Kylie Jenner, and the joint was bad. Like, you need to pull that up. That I don't even remember what platform, but it was on front page. How to Get Away with Viola Davis. Viola Davis did a cameo, and she put her body in Kylie's Jenner outfit, and the chick looked amazing. Like, when I mean my jaw dropped, like, go ahead, Viola. She was lit. And how can we not, connect generations? Like, at the end of the day, we got to control the narrative. I'm not against CeeLo, but we can't go back. Like, we got to figure out how to perpetuate forward and create a platform so everybody feels comfortable, everybody's heard, and, we unify this. You know what I'm saying? But I did my 3 minutes. I love the squad. I'm out of here. I'm going back to the chat. And when I take a picture of my shirt, I'm definitely sending it through.
All right. Thank you so
Love
much.
squad.
Appreciate
All
you.
right.
All right. Bye. Hold on. There's a whole bunch of y'all in here. Hold on. Chef Disaster.
Hey, what's going on, Michelle? How you doing?
What's up with you?
I'm cool.
Where you going? You over there all dressed up and stuff? Where you going? You look nice.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I was calling in. I like the song, man. I like the WAP song.
Okay.
It's definitely it hit heavy in the Beamer.
So you don't agree with what CeeLo said, that it was a little too sexual? Like, would you want your daughter listening to that or singing it?
I mean, I hate to sound crazy, but you see how CeeLo be acting in his videos and stuff. How he gonna talk when he got young watching him and he around here dressing and doing shit like that? Like, part of my lane. But he can't speak on it. He gotta let like a Chris.
Well, I mean, if you're shooting a message though, but imagine if it's you and you have a little girl. Do you want her walking around saying, with my wet egg, would you want her doing it?
Well, that goes back to what the young lady said before this. I mean, as parents, we got to monitor what our kids intake. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
I mean, it's not up to the artists to worry about who's going to buy their music. They're worried about who's going to buy it and who's going to listen to their music. That's their job. I'm a businessman. I'm about my business. And like I said, from a business aspect, it got shock value. In a time of media, social media, the song did what it was supposed to do. How can you hate?
Okay.
I hate.
I just I just know how it affects people. Like I said, I just don't like the implication that women have to sell their bodies. Okay, I understand liberation. I understand we can walk around and twerk all day and thumb, but what's the point of selling yourself and being a hoe? Like, why is that glorified?
It's been glorified right up under our eyes. Look at how smaller the clothes get on our women today. I mean,
having small clothes is different than selling your body for sex. I can wear a miniskirt. That don't mean I'm selling it.
It is in a way, because look at it. Advertised towards the women wearing short and damn near no clothes.
So that's just like saying you as a man walk around with a bulge of money in your pocket mean you buying coochie. Is that supposed to mean that are we fair to automatically assume that you buying coochie because you got a bulge of money in your pocket and you drive a Benz?
That don't make no sense, Michelle.
But that's my point. It don't make no sense to say that a woman who's showing cleavage or a tight dress or whatever the case is selling ass. That's not fair.
I said it promotes.
That is not promoting anything. You can look on that. If you put some Gucci shoes in the window, it's promoting buying it, but that don't mean you gotta buy it.
I'm not disagreeing with any of it, just for the record. Like I like short clothes and raunchy songs. What I'm saying is there's other things that promote sexuality too more than songs. That's my whole idea. Like if we're gonna be worried about a song promoting our children, I mean, changing their thought patterns, then we in trouble. If the music is doing that and not the books and not the parents, then we in trouble. Because as a parent, I can tell you my child is not affected by any music whatsoever. And I have a child in college and I have a one wanting to be like an older sister. And, they've heard a lot of music that I don't agree with. Okay. And that's who they are as children and who they grow up to be as adults.
Okay.
Just the bottom line. That's what it falls on.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Chef Disaster. I appreciate you for calling in today.
No doubt. You already know. Yo, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Wait, I got to put on the big screen. Wait. Where you go? Wait. How I click you off? Oh, Lord. Come back. Okay, there you go. How I do that? Hold on, where you go? Okay, go ahead.
Get that in there. Yo, thank you for my cup. I love it. Word, my green tea, my honey green tea just fits nice right in there. You heard? Appreciate you.
Yes, the squad is in the building. I love my supporters. Thank you so much, Chef Disaster.
ATLien is life, baby.
Thank you, Chef. I appreciate you.
No doubt.
All right, bye. Oh my God, it is so many. Look at the. Hey, Alaka. I'm just surprised.
Hey, Michelle. How are you?
Good. How you doing, Alaka?
I'm not too bad. A bit of a headache, the heat and all. But, loving the I Digress t-shirt.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm still like a little bit. I was laughing when you clicked on the wrong thing.
I know, right? I'm like, oops.
That was actually funny. But yeah, I think I'm going to kind of combine the Marley child, because I can't remember her name again, Lauryn Hill's daughter, as well as the, I would say, the statement on the over-sexualization of music videos and everything, because I think the one thing that is in common with everything and people I feel are using as a reason or / excuse is social media. I feel at what point are we going to stop using social media as an excuse for being our therapists, as an excuse for allowing over-sexualization of things? Like, at what point is it going to actually say, okay, where is the line? That's my question. You know what I mean? Where is actually the line? Where can we actually start drawing the line to say this is a little bit too much? And I think for me, the reason why such things I'm sensitive to them and are important to me is because I have a child myself. I've got a son, a growing son. And so I am concerned about what he sees and the perception that he receives to be okay for him to, to find normal. And again, it's the people are using social media as an excuse to normalize these things when it's not normal. When it comes to Lauryn Hill's daughter, she went on social media to vent about her parents, etc. And yes, I understand people are saying it's their generation. Again, for me, it's not an excuse, because I would never allow my son to do that, because I'm like, at the end of the day, if there's something that's going on, that's why I make an effort to ask him every single opportunity I get to find out what is going on, what's the problem. And if I can get anything out of him, I talk to his friends, because the last thing I want is for my son to go and vent about things on social media. And let's not forget, it's very easy for things to be lost in translation. It's very easy for things to be misconstrued on social media, because the way we speak verbally is different to the way we speak when we type things out. And so it's easy for people to misunderstand. And it's easy for people to say so many negative things that will have a negative impact in the long term for the family. These things do last. It might seem short term. Someone's made their comment really, really quickly and then moved away. But like, you don't know the emotional state of that person. The fact that they actually went on social media, that in itself should tell you they're fragile at that moment, which means they're exposing themselves and putting themselves in a position where they can be attacked. You know, extra nasty things can come on top of what they've already expressed. So personally, I don't think social media should be the first go-to when it comes to expressing yourself. I think she needs to take her time. If she wants to be able to express it, put it in a book, put it in something that has been curated properly, that has been selected properly, so that when questions are asked, she can actually have a right rebuttal for it.
But playing devil's advocate, you know,
Go on.
It's a social media world. I mean, think about it. Brian McKnight, you remember, the singer Brian McKnight, he went on live to talk about how his kids only wanted money from him. And, his kids didn't have as big of a platform as him because he's the superstar. And, it's like, but wait a minute, you weren't even in these kids' lives because the kids were sitting there, moved on, remarried, and, took on his stepchild as his own and gave him everything. But the kids that, are his blood kids, he didn't do anything for. And he went on his platform calling them all kind of stuff. So it's like, how can you say that it's not okay for a kid to do it when parents
It's not okay for an adult to do it either, though. That's my stance, though.
Well, yeah,
that's
my thing is you keep family business in the house.
Right.
That's just, us as growing up. But now in the social media age, hell, mama be arguing with daddy online and auntie be arguing with, sisters and brothers online. So it's like, where did we draw the line when everything is so open and people call themselves being transparent?
And that's literally where my question comes from. Like, where do we draw the line? Because why should you have to go and seek some kind of validation or to make you feel good? This is, every feedback that you get that might be positive to a degree when it comes to social media and you expressing certain things that are very personal and extremely private, stuff that you haven't really processed with your own family, right? It pacifies the situation temporarily. It doesn't last for a long time. Those people are going to go away and mind their business. Like, literally, it's kind of like, people have got short attention span. So they'll be like, oh my gosh, this has happened. Oh, wow. They'll make a quick comment. Next thing, they'll find a video of a duck or a cat fighting and they start laughing at that. And they've completely forgotten about what they've just commented that could be detrimental to your mental health. So I think the line for me is adults or children. Nobody should think that it's okay to go on social media and express those things, full stop. And as the sexualizing of it, for me, I just feel, again, where do we draw the line where, like, I think I've had conversations with friends about this, is the outfits are getting smaller and smaller and smaller on women. And this is not just about the women, though. It's the men that push for women to be like that in their music videos. So everyone is kind of to blame, the men who are seeking it and the women who agree to it, And I think when we come to, like, trying to finger point, at the end of the day, for how long are we going to keep pointing the finger and blaming each other for the decisions that we make as adults? Because at the end of the day, you agree to it. So you actually volunteered yourself and then you actually requested for it. So if you stop requesting for it, there won't be anybody around to agree to it in the first place. Right. That's how I see it. And so when it comes to the Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion video, they're not my cup of tea. So when it comes to their style of music, etc., that's their business if that's how they want to express it. But at the same time, there is a concern in terms of how they deliver their lyrics or how they deliver what they're trying to say, the message that they're portraying, and how young people perceive that, and how because again, people are going to be using social media. They're going to be using, it's their generation, to say, oh no, this is how it is now. No. We need to draw the line. Where at what point are we going to start picking up our integrity if we're going to keep throwing it around everywhere? Our integrity is all over the floor. People need to start picking up their integrity, because guess what? You've thrown it on the floor. Every time you expose yourself like that, your integrity is gone. Go find it. Pick it up again. Okay. That's how I see it. And quickly, before I have to go, the lady in the Pose thing about her comments on everyone is racist, everyone is this, that, and the other. And I kind of understood where Mr. Woods was coming from, his perspective. But the way I see it, for me, I'm not even looking at it as someone who is trans. I'm looking at it as an individual who has basically put a statement out there and basically called out everybody to be racist, and not even saying they might be this, they might be that. She actually made a very firm statement to me. And then I would have given her the benefit of the doubt had she not gone on to basically say cis women are this. For me, that reconfirmed that, okay, this is what she actually means. So I feel she truly means that, because that's how she actually feels. And so anybody trying to, I would say, justify her reasons, there's no justifiable reason for calling out everybody for being prejudiced, when in fact, by you trying to call out your other people being prejudiced, the way she has expressed it is actually showing her own prejudice. She's actually showing her own prejudice and her own insecurities. It comes down to that, as her, as an individual. It's got nothing to do with her sexuality. That's how I see it. She's just using that as an excuse. She's using that as a reason to kind of do that, because she knows that people do tend to have empathy and sympathy towards the LGBTQ community. Do you see what I mean? When they express themselves and what is happening. And so having to try and put it on heavily on women, you know, for me, I feel that, again, it's down to her insecurities. Like, why are you going to blame someone for what could possibly be, and I see it as toxic masculinity? People who tend to get offended at the idea of even a gay person quickly glancing at them, they might not even be looking at them in that way. If they were going to get offended by just that, that's toxic masculinity. You know, and that's a problem in itself, not just to do with the opposites, the people who like the same sex, but even when it comes to just dealing with the straight women who are in their lives. That's always an issue, because they're the ones who always expect a woman to bow down to them, to be pregnant and barefoot and in the kitchen. So, you know, with that, anyways, Michelle, I think, yeah, I've said my 2 cents.
Well, I appreciate you, Alaka, as always.
Thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you.
I'll speak to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hold on. Joseph said the purpose of India's statement was to marginalize racism, the fallacy that everything is equally destructive. Okay. Hey, Powerful, you muted.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Okay. Where are we going to start? We're going to start. We're going to. What'd you say?
Start at the beginning.
Okay. The first thing we talked about was CeeLo Green. And I said he need to go somewhere and sit down. Because they did it in their era one way. This millennials and this Gen Z, they do their, that's all they know. They don't know anything other than social media. Okay. Where we wrote, we made phone calls, we hung out with our friends. They don't know anything about that. These kids right now, they can barely write a sentence that makes sense. Mm-hmm. These kids can't even write cursive because they don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Now, to speak about the video, I like the video. Maybe not the words, but I like the video.
Okay.
But the words are true. This is what we have. This is what it is.
What about the whole symbolism aspect where everybody was like they in a whole house and each room is a room of fetish?
Listen, it is what it is. That's how they see it. They did it different in my era, but they did it the same way, but they did it a little different because you couldn't see it. There was no social media back then.
Okay.
But I understood now, to speak on Sukihana, these Sukihana and a few other girls, these are girls who grew up in the projects, didn't have anything. So when they're able to make a little bit of money, they're going to do it by any means necessary to take care of their children. They are doing that by any means necessary. People will say that, but they'll actually do it. Now, we may not agree with what they're doing, but they're doing it. And I give you an example because now people will say, oh, well, they shouldn't be They shouldn't be being with men to get with money. Somebody may look at it as, well, you're a married woman is with a husband and he's giving her money and she's giving him what he want and she's getting what she want.
Okay.
But I may not agree with what they're doing, but they're doing what they need to do to take care of their children.
Okay.
And these are girls that I know that are with their kids. I've physically seen these girls in Florida, so I know that they're with their children and they're doing what they need to do to take care of their kids. So people, let's not be so judgmental, because unless you're in that position, you don't know what you will do until you're in that position. Okay, now what was the next thing? What don't you agree with me, Michelle? Because you're pulling teeth. Go ahead and say it.
Well, you know, I brought up the fact of that young lady who was talking to Cardi, and she was saying, you know, oh God, I'm trying to bring it back up. Remember, she was saying that you know, she was glorifying sex and selling sex, and she was like, you know, we need to tax these niggas, and you know, and
that's Sukiana. That's Sukiana.
Oh, that's who that was. Okay,
yes.
How did you feel about that?
Huh?
You felt like that she was doing what she needed to do to feed her kids, as long as she.
I can't judge her, because I don't know what I would do if I was in her position. I would do what I needed to do to feed my children. And in this young frame of
working at in the office.
I understand that, but I hear what you're saying, Michelle, but that's not these young people's frame of mind. Getting a job, they're into fast money, fast things. I want to get this bag, I want to get that bag. So I can do this, I can do that.
Money go just as fast, though.
Well, we already know. We all
and teach people to actually, you know, how we was talking about earlier, creating wealth instead of being rich. You could be rich and be rich for just this week, and next week you back broke again.
Exactly. That's why
selling your body ain't it, because you can sell your body right now and be rich for the next couple of weeks, and then as soon as your body wore out, what you gonna do? Hello?
No, I'm there. That is true. But what I'm saying to you is that this is their frame of mind. That wasn't my frame of mind. That may not be your frame of mind. They don't know anything about generational wealth, because they don't come from that. Nobody's teaching them anything like that.
But that's the point. That's why, you know, I feel like, you know, I try to put the medicine in the candy and kind of talk about it sometimes, because at the end of the day, like, there are young women watching. We may not know who they are, but you know, I just feel like sometimes we have to be the people who are the examples. Like, yeah, you could be okay without selling your cootie cat.
No, and that's true. What you're doing, I'm not going to say that you're wrong, because I don't judge nobody. I'm not judging them. Now, would I sit down and talk to them and say, listen, why don't you try this? Why don't you try this? Why don't you try this? And they may say, yeah, but I can make $1,000 in an hour doing this. I can make $5,000 in an hour doing that. Okay, fine. I'm just giving you another point of view.
But the thing is, you selling your self-respect more so than you selling your body, because I'm sure they can't make you feel well when you can. Anyway, I don't.
But they don't
still go down a rabbit hole.
They don't see it.
I get where you're coming from, because
they don't see it like that. They don't see it like that.
Okay.
They don't see it like that. Now, what was the next thing we were talking about? We did CeeLo. We did Suki.
I guess that's it, child. I guess.
Oh, and then I got to give the shout out to my Porsha, of course.
Yeah.
She's doing her thing. She's doing her thing. And I was in a somber mood today, and I really needed Dre today, because he had me dying laughing. He loves you so much he hates you.
Right. And that's what's funny to me. Y'all saying block him. I'm like, I would never. That's my biggest fan.
And then, okay, to speak on a young lady, the transgender young lady. This is the thing. Everybody has their opinion. Nobody's going to agree. But you have to understand everybody's opinion. Now, because she's not in this chat, we cannot really break down what she meant. We can only think by what she meant. Now, for me, growing up, I grew up hanging with gay people. I hung out with them. I was what they call a fag hag, because I was the only straight female with them. So unless you grew up in that community, where Fish came from and Sis came from, if you grew
I've
up,
lived it. I've lived it. So I'm not, but it still doesn't make it right. I don't know. I don't want to.
When you say you lived it,
I got gay friends. I've been
no,
friends
that's not
all
what
my life.
no, that's not what I'm talking about.
I've been to the gay clubs. I hang out. What's different?
But what I'm saying to you is that, like, I know the word sis and the word fish bothers you.
Yeah,
right, it doesn't bother me because I know where it came from and the reason how it came about.
But it doesn't make it less misogynistic.
No, it doesn't make it right. But let me tell you, the difference is back in my day, they said it within ballroom. They said it within the club. It was amongst your friends. They didn't like Mr. Manhand
anymore. Now it's like you're mainstream. So the thing is, if you're trying to make that mainstream and people are offended,
and they should
to the people who are offended. That's all I mean.
I give you perfect example. T.S. Madison and Flame Monroe are very good friends, but they have different views on things.
I don't care about them powerful.
No, but what I'm saying to you, just listen. They have different views on things. So you can be the same thing and have different views. Sometimes, and like what Mr. Wood say, some people that are representatives, they're not representatives. They want to make themselves representatives of a specific communities, and they're not really representatives of. That's them making themselves representative of. And some of them are very bad representatives.
Okay.
Which makes that community looks bad. And I do agree with you when it comes down to, they always want to separate. We're into Black lives, and then they brought up, well, what about trans lives? Nobody's not saying that trans lives don't matter. We're trying to focus on this whole Black thing. Then we can separate everything else. Once we get what we need to get for us Black folks, then we can separate everything else.
Look, we gonna go down. We gonna look. I've been on for 2 hours. We can keep going and go and go. We'll talk about it over on Patreon. We'll finish this conversation.
All right.
I appreciate you, powerful. I hope you feel better today.
Dre made me laugh, so I feel good. Okay, I needed that laugh.
Good. Well, we'll do a late night Patreon tonight.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Oh, so many of y'all in here. All the Patreon people in here.
I'm not going to, I just wanted to come back because I really wanted to comment on CeeLo.
Okay.
Girl, let me tell you something. The next time you bring up a topic about this.
Girl now.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. We don't need to listen to him. Like, I don't think like any rapper, any male rapper should be speaking on these women as far as what they can and cannot do. You understand what I'm saying? I can name over 1,000 songs that I have right now in my Rolodex from the time that I was 12 up until current, to where all these men talk trash, nasty about women. Okay, so he can't represent. He not representing me. He ain't speaking for me. Now, as far as what he's saying, as far as the children and stuff like that, I do agree with that. It is different. You know, I'm older now. I did go and listen and to that music behind my mom's back, sometimes in the house or whatever. But on my dad's side, I wasn't allowed to listen to that music. You know what I'm saying? So we do need to protect the youth or whatever like that. We can't control what these women are doing, Michelle. To be honest, you want to know why? Like, that's what they made popular in the music industry. All of these strippers turn artists and YouTube. I mean, I'm just being serious. Like,
And then
I love.
saying Jermaine Dupri said it, and he got dragged.
Girl,
Remember?
and he need to be
Like,
dragged. He need to be dragged. You was sleeping with your artist. Don't do that. You don't.
But
You
you
can't.
just said the same thing though. I mean,
Huh?
you just said the same thing that all these female rappers are now strippers. Like it's.
Oh no, I'm saying because he got. You want to know why he got dragged? Because Jermaine Dupri can't, like, they can't speak on it. Like, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but that's just their marketing tool. These higher ups and stuff like that, they think that Cardi B is funny. They think Suki is funny. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, look at Mulatto. Mulatto went from Jermaine Dupri's show, and look at her now. You feel what I'm saying? She's selling. She was in the video. So it's like, those men can't speak on nothing. They cannot, because they've been promoted it, and this is where we're at. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we're at, like, see, when I hear like these guys come out and say stuff like about these female artists, you can't do that because they just don't have a leg to stand on. You feel what I'm saying? But we do have to protect the youth. We do. I do agree. Like, I have nieces that I'm afraid of. You know what I mean? Because I just don't. I don't know. I agree that everybody should have a job. I agree. I've been working hard. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if this is what they're doing and this is what it's allowed, then guess what, Michelle? I guess we the old school people now, and the old way is old, and this is the new way. And WAP. I don't know. I'm just saying.
It is what it is, Mr. Woods.
I don't know.
I just be bobbing my head and shaking it at the same time.
Right, but at the same time, what we still need to do is we still need to continue to try to inspire the youth. You know what I mean? Like, I do tip my hat to Megan Thee Stallion. She is college educated. So is Sweetie. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the same path as Cardi B and Sukiana and all these other artists. Some of these girls are college educated. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that we still need to try to inspire the youth, especially these girls, because you don't ever have to lay on your back to make a coin. And I'm sorry?
And that's how I feel. Because
I
you
agree.
ain't gonna be rich being a hoe. You ain't gonna be rich being a hoe. I'm sorry, you just ain't.
But Michelle, check this out.
I mean,
we could talk about this later, and again, I'm gonna tell you something. There is one person that made this okay, and everybody follows suit. And it's a KK, and her whole family is full of that. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. So if we go back there, that's where it started from.
KKB. We could say Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, I don't support them, period.
Oh, okay.
So you know what I'm saying? They set the precedent. Why you think whatchamacallit was in the video? Like, don't nobody want her in the video. What are they known for? What are the Jenners known for? Like, you know what I'm saying? What are they known for? What job accolades do they have?
Being famous. Exactly, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So like I said, that's what I was saying before. It's something that we created and everybody loves. I like WAP, but I can't listen to some of the stuff because it's too raunchy for me. And I'm a man. I'm like, oh no, like I don't want to hear that. But I don't think this should be a good topic. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think this should be a topic. I think that we have more pressing issues that we need to focus on.
Okay.
That's
all right. Well, thank you. I'll see you later on tonight.
All right. I'm gonna have on my helmet.
Yeah, all right.
I was just
playing.
Bye.
Hold on, y'all. It's a whole bunch of y'all back here. This is gonna be my last call if he wake up.
Oh, I'm here. Oh, I'm here now. Nigga Red Riding Hood is here.
All the Patreon people call in. All y'all call in. Each and every y'all don't get a newbie. No chance,
What? Was I not supposed to call in?
No, I appreciate all y'all calling in. It's just funny to me that it's the same people that call in for Patreon. That's all. I love all y'all.
Okay, so I honestly don't know what I have to say because this fucking dog. If you don't get out of my face. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so
and your sunset. That's okay.
What was I gonna say? Because everybody was just, first of all, okay, the first thing on my mind is I think people give the Kardashians way too much power over them. Like, yeah, they appropriate Black culture, but so does the rest of America, and that's what they grew up in. So that's what they do, you know. writing petitions to get somebody out of a video that they're not going to get out of. Like, what did that do for you guys? What make you look like fools? She's still in the video. She's not going nowhere. You signed a petition. You could have been doing that with something else, wasting your time. But anyway, oh, Michelle, you were slut shaming today. I'm oddly surprised of you.
I was what? What I do?
You were slut shaming.
I was slut shaming?
Yes, you were. You were on the border.
Explain.
You were on the cusp with your last remark, especially you can't.
On the cusp when I say that your body is priceless.
No, actually, absolutely.
That you don't have to sell your body for a coin for purses and bags and trips. That is slut shaming. If anything, I am empowering the
No.
Pay for it.
You are right. You are right. You don't have to. But some women do. Everybody's just not meant to sit in that classroom and get a higher education. Some women not even sell their body because we're thinking. Hold on.
Higher education to decide not to sell your body.
What Suki Hana was coming from, what she was saying was, you women are already sleeping with men who aren't claiming you. You might as well get something out of it but a nut. Like, that's what she was saying. And I wasn't like fully agreeing, but
stop sleeping with men who don't claim you then. It's a simple solution. Value yourself more. Put yourself on a pedestal. It's a simple solution. But instead, you're going to degrade yourself and just take some money from men that ain't claiming you. That makes it better. That makes it easier to live. That makes it easier to wake up in the morning. You still ain't got no man that's yours, but you got some money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Would that make you feel better?
Me personally, not today, but I don't know. Like, that is the way of
no money. Then once you spend it, you cannot take the experience back of being slutted out by some man for some money. Once you spend that money,
why does it gotta be slutted out though? Like, why do you make it sound so vulgar? Sex
because
is
it is
sex.
vulgar when you sell yourself.
People are having sex every day. It's just sex. People are having it all the
time. Get a bag without doing that. Demeaning yourself. You can get a bag
that McDonald's bag is gonna take a lot longer than that 30 minutes of sex.
That's just like
I am making a joke out of it.
You as a man, maybe there's some men out there that'll pay you to, knock you off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? How would it make you feel if that's not what you like, but you'll take money for it? Would you be okay in the morning when you wake up?
I can't even go down that line because you're just about to make me pull up stories.
Oh, so you've done it. So you took money from men. Oh, tell me.
We're not about to do this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
But you went down this rabbit hole. I just want to know, like.
I'm just saying, like, my value didn't change after it happened.
For real.
Yeah, I still felt pretty good, and I was about to say the amount of money richer.
Wow. Everybody said, let's hear the stories. I want to hear this story.
We're not doing this here. I love a story, but we're not doing that here. No.
Ooh, so we're going to do it on Patreon? You going to tell me this story?
If you actually go on, maybe.
I'm going to go on because I need to hear this. Okay.
That's it. I don't know what else you were talking about, but congrats to Porsha. Are we really boycotting Bravo? Are we doing that?
Yeah,
I just got into Potomac.
Did you sign a petition?
Yes, I did, but I just started watching Potomac. I kind of wanted to finish that.
Watch it on MrWorldPremiere.com or something. Watch it on Fire Stick. You can watch it on Bravo. You can watch The Housewives without going on Bravo. You can watch whatever. Just boycott Bravo, period.
I could do that. I don't even like cable TV anyway. So we could do that. Good night, everybody. I am the last caller. It was a good show. And Glock Topics out. Nigga Red Riding Hood.
Bye, Glock Topics. I don't look. I appreciate all of you who called in on the back end and didn't get a chance to speak. We've been going on for 2 hours. I didn't even mean to go on this long, but I appreciate talking. If you're just getting here, go ahead and like this stream, please, and thank you. Also, if you are into it, you can come over and be a member of the Patreon. I'm gonna do an ATLien after dark. It'll be a little bit later. I'm about to eat. I haven't ate dinner. I've been on for 2 hours. I need to eat. let me see. I probably go on at like 11:30-ish or something like that on Patreon. Patreon is patreon.com. iamATLien. Somebody said Patreon and chill. Exactly. Patreon and chill. That's what we do over there. They don't know. We got our own little community over there, and we just be over there chillaxing and talking about folks and everything. This was a whole move. Thank you so much, Tasha. I appreciate you for joining in. This is what we be doing. All of y'all newbies who just happen to tip in. This is what we be doing, talking and shooting the shit. That's my friend. Hey, Tasha, girl. But anyway, you guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. I did a little something different. I streamed from about 4 different platforms. I'm on my personal Facebook page, which I'm scared because ain't no telling who watching. I'm on my Straight from the A Facebook page. We streaming to 130,000 people deep. Hey, y'all, over there on Facebook. I am on my ATLien YouTube channel, which I haven't been on in forever. I don't know who's still over there, but, I still got subscribers over there. I thought I'd say hey. And we are streaming from my Michelle ATLien channel. So we are on 4 streams, honey. We got the numbers split up amongst everybody. So if wherever you are, please take a moment and like this video, please. It pushes me up in the algorithm, especially if you're on YouTube. I don't know what it does on Facebook. I know on one of my Facebooks I'm getting paid, but I don't know how much. But anyway, go ahead and like this video. Definitely subscribe to the channel, and click those notifications so that you will be notified of the next stream, because I never know when I'm coming on. I just wake up and it's like, do I have something to say? Yes or no. And sometimes I come on and shoot the shit. I also like to go ahead and look in. Let me go ahead and see. I like to thank the people who decided to send me some super chats today. Hold on, let me see who did it. Hold on, I'm about to see who did it. How I go in here? Oh, here it is. Hey, oh, it's a lot of y'all. Let me pull this up. Try Love, thank you. Teresa Morton, thank you. Ella J, thank you. Why it won't scroll? I cannot see. Kip the Fire Stick guy, thank you. Ebony Gentry, thank you. Somebody send me some cash apps too. Hold on. Oh, y'all, is my cash app is iamATLien. If you like the stream, if you like, support your content creators. We don't do this for free. This take money, honey. This take money to set up all this equipment and stream for y'all for like hours. Tip your content creators. Thank you so much, Andrea Gallard. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who decided to come in. If I missed you, I don't know how, because I don't know how to. It won't show me nothing else. This is on the ATLien channel. Let me see. I can't go over there. Hold on. Let me go on this other channel and see what's going on over here. Hold on. Switch account. It's too much when you stream from all these platforms. I got to start streaming from just one at a time, honey. From just one at a time. Hold on. I'm about to go see. We got to go over to this other channel, see what's going on my ATLien channel. Bam, bam. Let me go into my viewer activity. YouTube need to make it easier to see. Shout out to Cam, said first time catching you live. Thank you, Cam. Stephanie, for you. Shade and Dre said block him, please. Thank you. Thank you, Ginger Franklin, for sending me a cash app. Thank you, DCK, for sending me a cash app. Y'all are great. Y'all are wonderful, and I love you guys. Anyway, let me put my little music on. In case you don't know, it's still Eva Marcel and Cynthia Bailey on the track. Shout out to DJ Cooley C for making my theme song. I still like it. I don't care.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien. ATLien.
Put your aliens in the chat. Put your aliens in the chat as you ATLien the room, please. And thank you. Don't forget to like this video. I appreciate all of you who tuned in tonight. Come over to StreamYard, please. Not StreamYard, Lord. Patreon.com. iamATLien for the after show tonight. I'll probably be on around 11:30-ish. gonna hang out over there like we always do. And of course, we'll talk more about, all the salacious things that you won't let me talk about. Thank you so much, for putting my cash out up. I appreciate all of you. Kiss the fire stick guy. Rita said thank you. I said thank you, Gail. I see you. Rita. Yes, everybody is in the building. Hey, powerful. Good night. Y'all so funny. Well, I'm out. Good night.
ATLien. Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien. Get ready, because you about to be